Hey guys, I want to talk to you a little bit today about female nature. Yes, the elusive nature that is the female. This is the bane or the paramount quintessential piece of understanding that all of us men seek as we walk this earth. And let me dispel any myths before I get started. We are never going to understand them wholeheartedly and truly, deeply, completely. And that's okay. We don't have to. But what I want to talk to you a little bit today about is I want to give you an analogy to think about women with, and just the thing that you need to understand at some point in your life. It could be today, it could be 20 years down the road, it could be on your deathbed, it could be never. But you need to understand and embrace the fact that women are physically, mentally, emotionally, completely, wholly different from us as men. And I want to outline that today. And like I said, I want to give you an analogy that I hope sticks with you and I hope makes sense. And I hope allows you to see this point in a different light, because until you really truly embrace this fact, and until you truly embrace women for what they are, you're never going to be able to coexist with them. And you're probably going to be frustrated the rest of your life with your relations with them. And that's a very hard thing. I think we've all been through that as men, and that sucks, and that causes a lot of anguish, of course, for all of us. But as I said, I think at some point in your life you just have to admit that women are different, and you have to accept them for what they are if you're going to enjoy them in your life and hopefully be productive, let's say, or hopefully have good willings and dealings and good relationships and all this kind of stuff that you're probably after. So with that said, the analogy that I want to give you guys is just this. Women are exactly like a lava lamp, okay? Think about a lava lamp. It physically has these different chemicals inside of it that are continuously, constantly, at pretty much every point in time, they're in flux, they're in movement, they're hot, they're cold, they're rising, they're sinking, they're expanding, they're contracting, they're changing color, they're doing all this kind of crazy stuff. And that quite literally is the way that a woman operates. That is a woman, that's her body. It's the whole month, every month, it's always under constant change. And quite literally, I think this is an accurate analogy in the sense that, like, they are chemical creatures, much more so than us as men. And think about the way that I always tell people, the way that us guys operate is like we're like binary code. We're like computers. We're ones and zeros. We're on and off switches. We're very simple. We're very logical. We're very just like, we don't operate on those same terms as this like fluid sort of lava lamp that I'm describing the woman's nature as, and just the way that she is in the world and the way that she operates and in the embodiment of what she is as a creature. Like I said, it's completely different from us logically minded, and logically operating creatures that we are as males. And I think there's a lot of frustration for all of us as guys is, you want to be able to look at your woman and think like, well, why isn't she logical? Why doesn't she think like me? Why doesn't she like see this way that I see things, and all this kind of stuff? And at some point in your life, you've got to give up on hoping for that, because that is never going to happen. That's the cold hard truth. You're never going to make a computer out of a lava lamp, okay? You, the man, you're the computer. She's the lava lamp. She's the woman. She's the one that just operates completely different. No matter how hard you try to instill your things and try to get your point across or try to get her to be this logically minded thing, it's never going to happen, ever, okay? Some women, they might have these like moments, or they might have these periods of times where they can be a little bit logical, but at their core, at their essence, what you have to appreciate, what you have to love them for, is for who they are. And that is this creature that I'm talking about that's like a lava lamp. So until you get to that point where you're able to just give up on what I'm telling you, the woman's never going to be the computer, and accept her for the lava lamp. And if you could like sit back and put that lava lamp on your desk in your house, let's say, and if you could appreciate it for the beauty that what it is, and you can just watch it do what it does and be thankful that it's in your life, and just, be willing to keep it there alongside of you as it rises and sinks and changes and expands and contracts and the colors change and all this kind of stuff. If you can just handle that, if you can look at it that way, if you can understand that that's just what the lava lamp does, that's its nature, then only at that point, I feel like, can you truly appreciate any woman in your life. And that, I think, right there is a very big key piece for us as men, is to understand that this analogy and understand the woman's nature for what it is. It's not their fault. This is the way that God, Mother Nature, whatever you want to say, has designed them. But you as a man, you have to be able to understand that. You have to be able to keep that perspective as you go through life and as you deal with women, because yes, they make no sense. Think about a lava lamp. There is no predictability, let's say, to how these globs and blobs form inside of them and what they're doing. And it's just, that's the nature of it. And I don't know why that is. I think to some extent, maybe God or Mother Nature wanted us as men to be challenged throughout our whole lives. And certainly I think there's challenges for women to understand, the computing machines that we are as men, our logic based, the personalities that most of us have, or the embodiment of what our true nature is as those computers. So certainly there's challenges on both sides of the coin, but I really do believe that for us as men, I think there's a more appreciable challenge. And granted, I'm biased. I'm a man. I'm speaking from my perspective. But God, every single one of you guys out there, I think you're going to be able to relate to this. I think you've undoubtedly been around many women, in fact, probably all women in your life, whether you chose to look at it this way or to admit it or not, but they're all just like that lava lamp. And you have to be able to appreciate that. Like I said, you have to be able to love that lava lamp for what it is. Like I said, understand it's never going to be a computer. And just, there's going to be these times where you've got to just let it do its thing. Let it go through its chemical sort of changing and evolving and all this kind of stuff. And if you can hang through all that, like I said, if you can learn to keep your cool around that, if you can learn to just appreciate that for what it is, this is going to help you. The next time your woman is tripping out and flipping out and she's doing all sorts of crazy stuff, I mean, if you can, to some extent, keep this in the back of your mind, I think it will allow you to step back, take a pause, take stock of reality for what it is, and just understand that the lava lamp is going to cool down, and the lava lamp is going to go through its cycle, and it's going to do what it does. But hopefully, if this is a good woman in your midst, you can deal with all that. You can accept that for what it is, and you can still love this woman. And don't get me wrong, there's lines in the sand, of course, as to the way that we should be treated as males and the things we should allow and the things that we shouldn't allow. So don't get me wrong, don't get this message across. I'm not saying you got to put up with anything and everything that comes your way, but I'm just trying to express to you guys, this is female nature. You have to accept female nature for what it is, because that's reality. That's what these creatures are. That's probably a reason why we all love them so much, and we all continue to, you take on the challenge, right? It's just what we do. It's this duality, this polar opposite existence that we have as males and females. It's this life tango dance that we're all doing, trying to understand each other. But guys, you have to grasp what I'm saying here at some point, whether or not you want to believe me today, like I said, or later on down the line, whatever way it comes to you in your life to make this realization, you're going to have to do that at some point. So I hope that makes sense for you guys. I hope you keep this in the back of your mind. I hope this helps you the next time you're going through something with your girl, something with your woman. Just try to keep this in mind, that women are just like a lava lamp. All right, guys. I hope you're having a wonderful day. We'll talk to you real soon.